What's up, everybody? Sean and D-Man here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had yourselves a great weekend. We are here to talk. Probably this one's probably gonna be more of like a little bit shorter review, but we are here for the final episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or as we apparently learned at the end of the episode, A Night of the Nine Kingdoms. So, I I'm gonna do like an overall um season one review of this at a certain point, but overall it's episode six, which is titled I believe On the Morrow. We pick up, I don't know what the time length is, but we do pick up with Lionel Baratheon and the Maester going to visit Sir Duncan to get him. The Maester's working on him. Lionel's just laying there talking about it. He's just talking, you know, basically encouraging Duncan to come back to him to Storm's End. Um, he said, "I'll treat you like a brother, or I'll hate you like a brother, whichever one." So, um, and obviously, Dunk is still like just like sad and um about Baelor, and Lionel does bring up a fair point. Because he's like Lionel Dunk's like, he died for me, or he fought for me, and Lionel's like, I fought for you. Um, Beesby, Hardy, like they all fought for you as well, and it just seems like that is a fair point. They did. They risked their lives for Dunk as well, and it just seems like Dunk is maybe mainly focusing on Baelor. Um, so throughout the episode, because doesn't a lot happens, but a lot of stuff doesn't happen. So throughout the episode, we have we just have Dunk just trying to get over the grief that he must be holding in regards to everything that happened with the trial of seven. Um, he goes to visits Raymond, or he doesn't really go to visit Raymond. He's just walking through camp, and Raymond gets his attention. So Stefan kicked him out. He has his own tent, and then you have apparently Rowan, the lovely lady we saw at the beginning of the series, is now, I guess you want to say, married to Raymond, and she's having a child. Whether it's his child or not, it's who knows. But he's excited. I'm happy for him. He fought hard. Um, that's that's when Makor summons Sir Duncan to speak with him, and he talks about how some people are gonna say that I meant to kill my brother and everything like that, and obviously he must be feeling guilt because just not too long ago, just earlier in the episode, they had a funeral for Baelor where they burned his body on a pyre. Dunk goes and visits a little bit after they left, after all the ashes and everything had gone down. He went and visit, and the conversation revolves, Dunk's, because Dunk's is like, what, all this could have been basically all this could have been avoided if he would have gave up his hand or his foot. But then he was kind of like, what if a time comes when he would need that hand or foot? And Makor is like not bully likely, but it there. I'm not too familiar with the story of Duncan Egg, but I would assume within the Game of Thrones realm, there's a lot of things that are about to unfold um, because of this situation in season one of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So Makor wants Dunk to take Aegon as his squire. He's sending Arion east to the Free Cities, and he wants Dunk and Egg to come to Summerhall and Dunk to train Egg while Makor's master at arms finishes Dunk's training. Like he mentions like I'm sure Sir Arlen did everything he could for you, but you still have a lot to learn. And Dunk's kind of like, no, I've been kind of done with princes at the moment and everything like that, and he just declines not to take Aegon as a squire. Um, and later on, he's sitting again. He's sitting with like Raymond and his wife, and it's a little funny conversation because he's like, Raymond's like, how did they get the bees to do that? Because there's like a casket for Sir Breesby, and there's like bees all around it, and Raymond's like, is it magic? And Rowan's like, magic? No, they put the queen in there, and it's like, oh, she's like effing bee magic. I thought that was like really really funny. Um, there was a moment that I liked where so um there's like a moment where it's kind of, I guess it's a flashback. It's maybe I don't know if this was like leading up to the start of the first episode, but there's like a moment where um it's like a little conversation between Dunk and Sir Arlen talking um about a story, and he talks about how whenever the young boys get sent to off to war or whatever, they would nail a penny into a big oak tree in the square, and if you came back from the war, if like you're still alive and everything, you would retrieve your penny and everything like that. And then there's a moment where Dunk's just kind of like, why did you never knight me? And did you think I was going to leave you? Because I wasn't. And like Sir Arlen, the way he looks, it looks like he's dead. And so I was like, oh man, is this how it happened? Is this like leading up to episode one? And then he just like wakes back up and finishes his story, and it's like a night finishes his stories, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's wild. He's such a wild man. Um, and then what else was it about this episode? There was a moment because Egg is he hasn't eaten anything. He has like a fish sitting on a table. He hasn't eaten anything. Uh, he goes and like touches his head, and you can see his hair is starting to grow back. Um, he then walks into Arian's room while Arian is resting, and it looks like he is basically preparing to kill him. But Makor is quietly sitting. Um, it's just basically quietly just sitting there. I don't just to watch Arian and everything, and obviously like gets Egg to stops Egg from doing something drastic. So and then um, Dunk's getting ready to leave. We see him um fat getting ready to leave. Raymond comes up with his horse that Dunk sold off to get the armor from the blacksmith uh, to compete in the tournament. But Dunk's like, no, it's not mine anymore. It's essentially Raymond's and everything like that. Obviously Raymond's like, I can't accept that, but then he does accept that, and so yeah, there goes that horse. I believe that was I guess that was Sir Arlen's horse, if I remember correctly. So at least I guess it's like the final thing of his his mentor is now gone. I guess you could say. And then he's getting ready to leave, and he takes like it's not really a penny, but he takes like a penny shaped object and jams it into the tree that is there, where he basically has rested throughout the entire season one of the series during the whole tournament at Ashford. Um, there is a little thing though, not the sidetrack real quick because Dunk goes and has an audience with Makor, and the girl, she doesn't have a name. This was supposed to essentially be her birthday and all that stuff, but she's like, I'm not upset with you that you ruined my birth name or birth what did she call it, birth name or something like that. But she's like, what they did to you was terrible, and you were right in your reply. And then she just walks off. Cause like we've seen her throughout the entire season one. This tournament was supposed to be for her birthday or her name day, but obviously it got sidetracked and things went a little haywire. So uh, Dunk goes in to speak with Makor, and it's essentially like he'll take Egg on as his squire, but not at Summerhall. Um, they're basically going to travel the land, and basically what him and Sir Arlen did is what him and Egg are going to do. Now, Makor does not seem too kindly with that, saying he's my last son. Probably, I guess to say because Arian is getting sent off to the east. Darren is Darren. Egg's probably the only realistically son he has left for the most part. But as we come to find out, as Dunk is getting ready to leave Ashford, Egg arrives and says, my father said I am to squire for you. And they leave, and it's kind of like Egg basically like I've never been to the uh nine kingdoms, and Dunk's like, what? he like names all these kingdoms and stuff like that, and Dunk's just kind of like, he just looks bewildered. And just as they're traveling, it's nice little shot because you have Dunk and Egg, and then Sir Arlen, and then Sir Arlen just goes off to the side, and you can actually see Dunk like look back at him, but keeps on going. But we get to the end of the episode where Makor is looking for Egg, and he's like, oh, where is Egg? And I was kind of like, I probably could have seen that coming. So Egg obviously lied to go with Sir Duncan. So I'm very interested to see on how that shapes out for season 2 of the series. But overall, I really, really love this series. I am going to do a much more in-depth talk and thoughts about this series because I thought it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It is rare nowadays to get really solid TV series like this, and I think it being 6 episodes was good enough. I think that was perfect for this kind of story that you wanted to tell. So I definitely am going to do like another video talking about it more in depth and my overall thoughts. But yeah, that's episode 6 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.